Hello and welcome back to the Chronicles of a Gooner. Don't ask about the fucking Tash. There's a reason for it, which I'll go into another time, but quite frankly, not in the mood at the moment after watching that performance. Just finished the live commentary of Manchester City 3, Arsenal 0. Really disappointing performance after what was a pretty decent start, to be honest with you. I thought Arsenal looked comfortable in the game without actually really creating a great deal. But it seemed as though the game plan was working. You could understand what the Gunners were trying to do. And then, of course, the two injuries early on had a huge impact. Losing Granit Xhaka in the midfield affected the balance. And whether you rate him or not is a different issue. But he certainly does hold the balance in our midfield pretty well. And when he's not there, you can see the difference. Danny Ceballos, to be fair to him, did pretty well when he came on. But just having to lose a player that early was a problem. I think it was within about 5 or 7 minutes. And then, of course, we lost Pablo Mari to an injury as well, which was far from ideal. And then David Luiz come on. And I've defended David Luiz a lot recently, and I've spoken about the off-the-field influence that he has on some of the younger players and the fact that, perhaps Arsenal would be right to offer him an extension. Well, he's indefensible tonight. Is that even a word? He's not defendable, basically, is what I want to say. With a performance like that, two absolutely calamitous errors. I do think the sending off was slightly harsh, but he's been completely outdone there by Riyad Mahrez. He's tugged him back in the penalty area. The minute you put your hands on the player, what do you expect? And the first one is something that we've seen from David Luiz so often, just that lapse in concentration and the reading of the ball coming and a miscue, and he allows Raheem Sterling in. And Manchester City was starting to create chances at that point anyway, in particular in that channel where David Luiz was operating. And so when you're playing an opponent that good, you simply cannot give them opportunities. You cannot gift them chances. And Arsenal have done that, and it feels really frustrating because it's more of the same. Away against one of the big six. We haven't won in 25 games away from home against the big six, which is shocking. It's really bad. And that's got to change now. I don't blame Mikel Arteta. I don't think he's going to be able to turn this ship around overnight. And I've said that time and time again. And he will be as fuming as anyone. He will be as livid as anyone because he will feel as though his team have prepared properly for this game. He will feel as though his team have worked really hard in the build-up to this one, only to see all that go out the window and be thrown away by individual errors by David Luiz, who just does it time and time again. When are we going to stop giving him opportunities? And again, I'll hold my hands up. I've defended David Luiz at times, and again, I don't think he's the right man, but I've argued that he's better than some of the other options that we've got. Well, tonight was the straw that broke the camel's back for me with regards to David Luiz because, it's the concentration levels, and it doesn't matter how many brilliant cross-field passes he plays, how many young players he helps and educates and, encourages. If he's going to make errors like that in the biggest games, then he's a liability, and it's as simple as that. And I know it sounds stupid and it sounds like I'm changing my mind just based on one evening, which I don't normally do. I think that's a little bit fickle most of the time. But don't offer him a new deal. It's as simple as that. If that's what he's going to bring to the table week in, week out, it's simply not good enough. And Mikel Arteta would be making a statement, in my opinion, by getting him out of the team from now. We know he didn't want to start him. We don't necessarily know the ins and outs of that at the moment. At the time of me recording this video, I'm doing it immediately after the final whistle. But yeah, if you missed the live commentary, you can head over to the channel and you will find it there. We streamed it live on the Chronicles of a Gooner as well, so you can go back and see my reaction to those moments as they unfolded. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and I'll be back tomorrow with a full-length podcast looking back at what was a really fucking frustrating night. Football's back and Arsenal are back, it seems. Until tomorrow, take care.